Hello there, Taurus, and welcome back to my channel. I'm Mary Sue, and I'm so grateful that you're here. So today we're doing your general reading for the month of February. So we'll take a look at the overall energies with the oracle cards, and then we'll move to the tarot for more details. And if you're enjoying the content that I create or resonating with the message, I'd really appreciate it if you would consider commenting, or subscribing. Okay, let's get into your reading, Taurus. Canary Spirit, sing your own song. Taurus, didn't you just have this last week? I think that came out in your weekly reading. This energy of just really stepping into your true authentic self. The earth signs have really had that lately. So I really feel like you really are working on this idea of who you are becoming and starting to really sing that song. Whatever that means for you. Sometimes it means that we have to start, actually talking to our friends and family about what it is that we want down the line for ourselves. It's about taking those first steps, whether that is going back to school or taking a class or something, or even, and just experimenting with different hobbies, ideas that you have, and trying to figure out where it is that you want to go. Really interesting. So let's see what we have here. Transformation. Yeah, I feel like this is kind of like a process. It's a process of, it's to me, the canary is, kind of like a bird that we can sometimes use as a pet. And so we keep them in cages when we use them, keep them as a pet. And it's about stepping out of that very comfortable cage, because when the canary's in the cage, it is fed and it is, cared for, it is loved, and it's like stepping out of that cage, flying out of the window and going on to this adventure of trying to find who your true authentic self is. What it is that you want out of your life, about who you are becoming. The loving woman on the bottom. And this is, gender doesn't matter. This, to me, the loving woman is the Queen of Cups, stepping into this energy of loving yourself, of loving your life, of stepping onto this bridge, right? Because with the transformation card, there's a bridge there. Kind of like stepping onto that bridge and asking yourself, okay, I don't know exactly where this bridge is leading me. I don't know, but the Queen of Cups is very intuitive and realizes I'm just going to step on this path and Spirit will show me the next step. I'll just take that first step and see where it leads me. Okay, so let's go to the tarot and see what we have here. Your present energy, Page of Cups. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. It's so interesting. I know this is a fish, but there's something that is very similar with the canary. We are going to clarify this. I feel like the Page of Cups could be somebody coming in, a new love. But I also feel like with the Page of Cups, it's a little bit about loving yourself. It's kind of like the message I'm getting is like the canary is your inner child. Your inner child is your soul. It's almost as if you are looking at your inner child in this and kind of like she's looking the fish in the eye. It's almost as if you're looking at your soul, in the eye. You're looking at your inner child in the eye with loving eyes and saying, okay, we're going to do this. We're going to go on this, on this transformational path. Wow, such a lovely energy. So let's see what your area of judgment. This is your obstacle or area of resistance. Okay, so we're going to read these two ways. This could be a love, Page of Cups is somebody coming in and apologizing. So it could be that your obstacle is that you are going to be making a decision based on somebody coming back, a past lover coming back and wanting a second chance. The other thing is that if you're not relating to that, it's about you having a second chance at life. Like giving yourself a second chance to follow, to find to your authentic self and sharing your gifts with the world. And so if you're relating to that, then this is your obstacle. It's kind of like what you don't see. Devil is on the bottom. So some attachment to, for some of you, it's an attachment to whatever a happy home means to you, and that's different for everybody. What is a stable life for you? Feeling like this judgment call that you have to make is a crossroads. It's like, am I going to stay in this energy, in this safe energy? Or am I going to sing my own song and go in this other direction? And, this is kind of scary because I feel like you're at this crossroads where you don't know what this path is at all, right? It's a transformation. You don't know what that path is at all, but you know what this path is. And if it's somebody coming back from the past, it's the same thing. It's like, do I want more of what I had in the past with this person? Or am I going to go out there and go on my own and learn more about myself? It's, it's kind of interesting because we have the Death card here. That's the transformation card. Lots of Scorpio energy here. You could be dealing with a Scorpio, but you don't have to be. It's this energy of like, the phoenix rising from the ashes. It's almost as if, your soul is calling you to go in a new direction. And I feel as if there is somebody coming in from the past, it's almost as if the universe is saying, okay, are you going back to that safe place, or are you going to have the courage to step out onto this new path? So let's see what your advice is. 3 of Swords. Recognizing the pain that I'm getting, the pain that both paths may bring you. So if you go back to something or stay somewhere, right, your soul may feel heartbroken because it's not getting to progress. It's not evolving. It's not going on this journey that's going to help it evolve. And if you go on the new path, that there is going to be some heartbreak because there could be people, places, situations that you have to leave behind. That can be difficult. It's almost as if, oh my goodness, Death card on the bottom again. Yeah, it's almost as if it's as if the universe is saying to you, you may feel like if you stay where you are, if you stay in the cage, whatever that means for you, stay in the job that you're in, stay in the relationship that you're in, stay in, the house, the city that you're in. If you stay there, you feel like you're going to be safe, but there's an emotional heartache because you're not following your heart. Okay, you're physically safe, you're financially safe, you're, there's some emotional safety to staying there too, right? But it's spiritually, you're being called to go in a different direction and to recognize that if you don't make this change, if you don't go on this path, that what's going to happen is that your soul is going to be heartbroken. Really interesting message here, Taurus. And remember, I want you to remember, you do have free will. You can do, whatever you are being called to do. It's about listening, going within and, figuring out what it is that you want. Yeah, because look at this world, you're getting ready. If you accept the heartbreak, I feel like that's what is being said here. And it's so interesting, the message that I'm getting. It's like, accept the sadness that's going to occur, whether in either path. It's about taking a look at being kind of realistic, right? About the heartbreak, whether you go path A or path B, whether you stay in the cage or you come out of the cage. It's as if take a good look at that and then you'll step into this new world. I feel as if it's almost as if the universe is saying, don't, don't be unrealistic about the heartache in either case, right? There is going to be some heartache in either case. The devil is on the bottom again. And Taurus, I know from, 2021, you had a lot of readings about, toxic situations in your life. And I feel like this is asking you to take a really good look at some of those toxic situations or relationships, even a job that's toxic, things that are not allowing you to be who you truly are. It's about stepping out of situations that are holding you back and stepping into this new bridge, this new path, this new world. Okay, so let's see what we have with the Page of Cups. Yeah, listening to your intuition, really listening to your heart. You're resisting this, okay? There's a sense of resisting it. It's sometimes hard to look ourselves in the eye and to go there, right? It's sometimes hard because it's part of our shadow. There's sad things when we look at this. There's going to be sad things, when you realize some of your actions in the past, how they may have hurt other people, hurt yourself, hurt your own path. But it's also recognizing and forgiving yourself for that because it was part of your path. You haven't done anything wrong because everything that's on your path was meant to be on your path. And if you had taken a different direction, if you had chosen differently, a different path at some previous time, you would have still had those lessons, those situations come on your path. They may have been with different people, they may have been in different types of situations, but those same lessons would have been on your path. So it's about forgiving yourself and taking a look at what you have learned about yourself. And now it's coming into a time of judging what direction you want to go in now. Sometimes it's really hard to forgive ourselves. It really is. Yeah, Page of Cups. Oh my gosh. Yeah, you're just lots of page energy here. Those are messages, especially from your intuition it could be. But, we have the Page of Cups, the Knight of Cups, the Nine of Wands. The Nine of Wands means that you have been going for a very long time. And it's also an energy of blocking, blocking love in your life. It's about recognizing, I feel, because you still have the devil energy here. Underneath that, you have strength. Underneath that, you have the Wheel of Fortune. 3 major arcana. It's about taking another look, right, at relationships, and I feel like for some of you, romantic relationships, and asking yourself, is this relationship something that is loving? Is it truly loving? Are my actions blocking that love, resisting that love? And if so, why? Going back to, okay, why? And the other thing is that, or are you accepting toxic relationships into your life? Perhaps even relationships that are not truly loving, emotionally intimate with each other. You could be physically intimate, but maybe not emotionally intimate. And taking a look, are you accepting those toxic situations in your life because you are concerned about being emotionally intimate? Where we get to that situation when we have been in toxic situations where we have given emotionally to somebody else but haven't received it back. So then after a while, what do? We just start shutting our own emotional vulnerability down, because it's like, oh, well, I give and I give, but I don't get anything back. It's about recognizing how painful that type of situation is, and then trying to heal it, going on a path of singing your own song, going in a direction of transforming, of looking at patterns in your love relationships. And, you know, I say love relationships, that could be family, friends, romantic. It could even be in your work relationships. It's how, as your overgiving brought you pain. And it's probably because you're not receiving the same amount. Yeah, we have the Moon, the Knight of Wands, the Four of Wands, and the Ten of Wands. You know, wanting to put down this burden. Nine of Swords, again, lots of anxiety. King of Swords, so you could be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, but you don't have to be. Look at this. See, I really feel like you are represented by the Queen of Cups. Very loving. Lots of love to give. But the King of Swords is not a very loving energy. Very air sign, you know, up in their heads. Queen of Cups can give emotionally, but you may be dealing with people in your life that are a little bit more stoic, you know, a little colder. The King of Swords is more cold. And gender doesn't matter. It's the energy of these cards. I feel like you're wanting to put down the burden, the anxiety that this brings into your life. You know, it's really difficult when you are giving so much and not returning, getting anything in return emotionally. Because then what happens is that you could be even moving into the King of Swords energy, because it's like, I'm shutting this down. I'm giving too much. And it's just, it's very heartbreaking to give emotionally to a situation and not get it back. You may have been dealing with, you know, Knight of Wands. People, you know, kind of like coming in, very charismatic, very physical, very passionate, very romantic, but they come in, they're here for a very short time. They get what they want and then they move on. That only leads you, they're not emotionally vulnerable, right? And that only leads you more heartbroken, because you're kind of like, oh my goodness, you know, this person comes in, they you know, we have fun for a short amount of time and then they leave. And then maybe, you know, they're gone for a while and then they come back again. It's this energy of, why am I choosing, you know, because we have the Devil here. Why, you know, you have the strength to turn this around, to go in a different direction. And it's about asking yourself, why do I keep allowing this person to come back? You know, there's fears. There's fear of, you know, true vulnerable, emotionally vulnerable relationships. And what you're really wanting is somebody that's stable. You're wanting that. You're craving. It's almost like your soul is craving it. You know, I don't know. They're belonging. They're giving me the word belonging, as if you're really wanting to belong to, you know, like belonging, like really feeling cherished, affection, you know, emotionally connected to somebody, and not having that. I feel like you don't have that. That's what you're looking for. It's kind of like you have to be the canary. You have to come out of the cage. You have to fly somewhere else. It's really almost like I'm getting the energy of really almost like moving somewhere else. Definitely trying to put a physical distance between you and somebody else, or a group of people that don't see you for who you really are. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Ugh. Hangman. This has been on your mind for some time. You've been trying to step into this new world. This new world is yours. After a long time of, this is the self-doubt. Being kept in the cage gets you into this energy of, I don't know if I can feed myself, provide for myself, keep myself safe, right? When we stay in a situation that provides that for us, even though we're giving up something emotionally, it's kind of like we start wondering, can I do it myself? Can I financially provide for myself? Can I afford to have housing that is, will be safe for me? Will I be able to choose correctly if somebody is a Knight of Wands or a Knight of Cups, right? It's this energy of, yes, you can. I feel like you're going to have this epiphany with the Tower. You're going to have this epiphany of, I feel like there's this moment that you have coming up where somebody may come back and say the right words or something, and it's like your choice. Are you going to listen to this, or are you going to listen to your heart? Or, what are you going to do? And this is like an epiphany, like when this happens, right? You may even let this person back in, and then they leave again. And it's kind of like, oh my gosh, I did it again, right? It's like the Tower moment. I did it again, but I'm not ever doing it again. Like from this point on, I am out of the cage and I am going somewhere. It's almost like you get that moment I really feel like you have been working with this for a while with the Hanged Man. Maybe taking this person back, then they leave, then they come back. And you've been maybe allowing that for a lot of different reasons. It's like suddenly you get a different perspective. Yeah, you're willing to go work on something else. You're walking away from this situation and ready to go work on work on yourself. Work on finding who you are. Really interesting energy. It's a very uplifting. I know it can, maybe some of you might feel a little, scared, right? At this moment, a little fearful, because this is almost like a reading that you're being called to take action in a different direction, to truly choose for yourself. And that is very difficult. That is very difficult. Sometimes that is very scary. And a lot of times you may even take 1 foot, you may hop out of the cage and then you just jump right back in, right? And then it's kind of like, oh, I'm back in this cage. Now I got to jump out again and take another step. Well, don't be upset with yourself. Be forgiving, be compassionate with yourself. This is the Devil card came up, 3 times. This is you might even have some trauma bonding here. This could be a narcissist that you were dealing with. Somebody that has kind of shifted your mindset, right? And has taken your self-confidence away from yourself. And it's about recognizing that every step that you take out of the cage, even if you go back, the next time take 2 steps, 3 steps, whatever it is, every step you take is going to help build your strength and confidence. And trying to find people in your life that can help you with this journey, especially if you're in a situation where you are fearful, for your emotional or physical well-being. It's about trying, really, I encourage you to find people that you can talk to or can give you some, support, financial support, or help you, find employment or something that you may need in order to move into this. But look at this, Taurus. You have the World and the Wheel of Fortune. You have blessings on your path that are coming to you. It's about stepping into who you really are, singing your own song, and those things will come. I am a spirit having a human experience, and I'm here to get closer to love. I feel like a lot of you are in situations that are not loving, right? And that is what your soul is calling you to do, is to let go of situations that are toxic, relationships. Once again, family, friends, romance, even work relationships. Leaving those behind in search of true love, because that's what your soul is calling you to do. Well, Taurus, I am going to leave it there. I do wish you so much love and light in this situation, in all your situations. And if you have resonated with the message, I would really appreciate it if you would consider liking or subscribing, or please comment and share your story if you're willing to in the comments below, because sometimes your story can help other people that are on a similar path. And I hope to see you again really soon. Take good care of yourself, Taurus, and I'll see you soon. Bye for now.